Super Surviving Divorce. I'm Sarah. Welcome back. I recently read a story that was shared across Facebook, I believe. It was regarding an eagle, how an eagle flies, and in a manner of integrity, right? We're speaking about the eagle is regal, has upright chi. In acupuncture and Chinese medicine, that means we have integrity. And the only bird that will mess with an eagle is a raven or a crow. So when the raven pecks at the eagle doesn't waste its energy or time or attention on the crow. It doesn't even regard the raven. It actually raises its height in flight and just gradually climbs higher and higher until the raven keeps going at it, but it doesn't have enough oxygen. So the raven is wasting its negative energy, trying to take down an eagle that has more integrity than it, and the raven eventually has to fall off because it doesn't even have enough sustenance or breath to keep at it. This is parallel, I think, with accountability and integrity. When we're going through a divorce, it brings out the worst in people, right? By far. A lot of times people will accuse other people of false, horrible things, of being a bad parent, a bad spouse, whatever. Just because we go through a hard time doesn't mean we have to lower our standard of integrity, even if somebody else is doing it. There are people that will try to take you down or discredit you or, sling mud, right, in divorce, because there's a whole lot involved. There's money, kids, like everything that we've worked for and put our time and energy into is at stake, really. And so when this happens, number one, if we have kids, they need an example in front of them to look up to of someone who walks the walk. And they learn by example. They don't learn by what we tell them. They learn by example. So if we're going to start slinging mud and talking badly about their other parent, that's going to seriously damage the kids anyway. So never a good idea. The kids suffer the worst in any divorce. And when we can still conduct ourselves with a level of integrity and honesty and keep moving forward, keep showing up for our children, put on your game face and be happy, because that's just magnetic and it spreads. It helps other people feel happy and relaxed. And when we can do that and put our garbage aside, leave it outside the door, and still go through our day or walk our walk with integrity, that shows the example for our children of how to be happy, how to be grateful, resilient, persevere, even in the face of adversity, right? So if we can set aside our insecurities and realize that if someone is attacking you or accusing you of false garbage, that's something within them. That probably has nothing to do with you on the inside. It's more of a reflection of them. So that's my point. Try not to take it personally, even though sometimes it is very personal, because it's your heart if you have kids on the line, and it's always somebody's actions are a reflection of them and their integrity or lack of. And ours are a reflection of us and how we walk through the earth. There's actually an acupuncture point in Chinese medicine right at the top of our head, and it's called Heaven's Gate. It's kind of cool, whether you believe in heaven or whatever you believe in. And that point actually lifts us up from the top because it's the closest point to heaven, right? It also lifts depression, and it helps people feel like they're not walking this walk on earth alone. There are other people or guardian angels or God or whatever you believe in, the greater good, that's there for us and helps us lift our burden so that we can continue walking through this life on our path, on our journey, and hopefully help other people through it to make their life easier. So even if you feel attacked and you might want to turn around and throw a punch or sling dirt or whatever, because it's normal human nature to defend and like try to retaliate and hold people accountable. And we can't do that. Accountability comes from within. It comes from the person that is throwing out that garbage. That's something that, just like integrity, it goes hand in hand with integrity. Integrity, by definition, I believe, is what you do, what you choose to do when no one else is looking. If you're going to do the right thing or not, and if you're going to be able to sleep at night peacefully, that's on you. So it's not about getting caught, and accountability is a choice. Like if we make a mistake or we should have done something different, it's up to us to own it and take accountability and come clean for us and for our little people and anyone else that we choose to interact with. So really, I just wanted to share that because it is, I mean, even this week, I can tell you, it can be very hard going through a divorce or a custody battle and, you know, hearing rotten, nasty things that aren't true, or you're being falsely accused of something that is no way true and goes against everything you've ever done in your whole entire life. And it's normal to want to hold somebody accountable or make them responsible or make them apologize. That apology may never come. The accountability may never come, and it's certainly not going to come from me or you. And a judge can't even make somebody accountable. They can maybe make them have a consequence for their chosen behaviors, but accountability is a whole nother level. So if you can just take accountability for yourself and own it and feel good about that, and then let the rest of the stuff go, it really is freeing. And I think that might be a type of forgiveness that we hear about all the time, because really the anger that we hold damages the person carrying it around, not whoever you're trying to dish it out to. So really, I just wanted to maybe share that perspective that might help somebody else. And at the top of my run every single day for the last, I don't know how many years, I always do a thankful and have a conversation, and not just in my head, but, you know, with the greater good. And I've always asked for safety, health, and happiness for children in the world, not just my children. And justice comes, even if I can't dish it out when I wanted to, eventually justice will come, because it's like karma. What goes around comes around. What you put out there will come back to you. And it's not that you want to see somebody punished, but at least there's some good coming from something. Even if it's not for my kids, at least there's some good this week in particular for a situation that is in the process of being corrected. And when people of power use that power abusively to hurt somebody else or kids, worst case scenario, it's really hard to step back and keep your integrity and keep walking the walk. But that's what needs to happen for our children, for each other, and then go out and make somebody else's life easier. Do something good because it feels good to do that. And that's super surviving, I think. Like taking your stuff that you've gone through processing it, healing it, and then using it for someone else to learn from and sharing it in some way, shape, or form to help somebody else that could benefit from it and might want to learn something from it to make their life easier. That's the whole point of Super Surviving Divorce. That's why I'm doing these videos, as cheesy as they are. Thank you for listening, and please like and share if you do, especially the share part, so it makes somebody else's life easier. All right, thanks.